Well, All Elite Wrestling is having its first ever show in the Lehigh Valley tomorrow at the PPL Center. And commentator Ian Rabani is a local guy, and he grew up in Allentown. He's here now to tell us all about his journey to the big stage and tomorrow's big show. Great to have you.
Thanks so much for having me.
I feel like my voice has to be like extra. Ian Rabani is here since you're here. Thank you so much for coming. Tell us a little bit about growing up in the Valley and how you got your start in commentating.
Yeah, I've been here almost a lifetime resident.
Okay.
And pro wrestling is such a history in the Lehigh Valley. 1938 is the earliest card I can remember, right on Hamilton. And it has been a place where wrestling's been broadcast internationally down at Ag Hall, the Allentown Fairgrounds, which makes tomorrow even more special. It's been 40 years to the date today since that last broadcast happened. So we haven't had any televised wrestling emanate.
What have we been doing, Ian?
Right, yeah. So it's always been kind of part of me. I've always loved wrestling, went to school for broadcasting.
Yeah, that's how you got your start, right?
Yeah.
Broadcasting? Okay. And you were telling me you made some videos.
Yeah, we did some vlogs. Phillies Nation, it was called, and that's part of a popular blog that's still going.
Yeah.
Got picked up on Service Electric Cable, which turned into Comcast Sportsnet. Met some wrestlers down at the Monster Factory in Paulsboro, New Jersey, and I just kept going. I just kept following that path.
So that was never the set plan? It just kind of morphed in that direction? Is that right?
Just kind of followed where my passions and followed what I loved.
Okay, that's amazing. So tell us about tomorrow's show and what fans can expect to see if they've never been to an AEW show.
It's going to be wild. There are stars that fans will know and love from the last decade and a half in professional wrestling, and some of the best up-and-coming stars. We have guys like Swerve, MJF, Willow Nightingale is my favorite female star. The best of the present and the best of the future is all tomorrow night.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's the best part about commentating in these kinds of events, and what's the most challenging part?
Yeah, the most challenging part is, despite what people think, I regularly do not know what's going to happen.
Okay, so you're really responding on the fly.
read and react, and there's been times where I'm sitting next to somebody I looked up to my whole life, like Tony Schiavone, who's from just outside of Bangor, who's kind of local as well, who's a Hall of Fame broadcaster, and we're trying to make sense of what's happening in the ring and the emotions and the story and all of the athleticism, and just try to read, react, and package that for the viewer at home.
And at the same time, is that what makes it the best part for you? Because, you know, no one night is the same, right?
No, never is there any night that goes exactly as planned or the same, and it's just incredible to be a part of these broadcasts.
So awesome. So you said the Lehigh Valley's still home for you, even though you're on the road a lot.
Yeah.
What's it like to be doing a show at the PPL Center and being home tomorrow?
It's wild because I try and bring a little bit of Allentown wherever I go, and I've been fortunate enough to be to the UK a number of times, to Japan last year for the first time, to Mexico, but I've never done any events in Allentown proper. I grew up in Salisbury Township. This is home for me, so this is going to be bigger than Madison Square Garden for me, bigger than Kirk Hall in Japan. This
that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, welcome home. I'm glad you're here. And I know the Iron Pigs welcomed you home last night. They're really, it's like Ian Week here.
Oh my goodness.
Right? How was that? You threw out the first pitch?
I did, and I didn't.
How'd you do?
I did okay.
Okay, good.
I didn't 50 Cent it. I didn't Baba
good.
Booey it. Yeah.
So, that's good. No Baba Booies.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. And it was a good crowd.
Oh my goodness. Despite the heat I saw earlier in the broadcast, there was over 7,500 folks there last night. So I love that the Lehigh Valley continues to support the Pigs, because they brought such a great brand of baseball and such an experience here.
And I know, even though you're so busy, Ian, you still manage to find some time to give back to your local community. Tell us what you do and why it's important to you.
Sure. So I serve on the Salisbury Township School Board.
Okay.
That's where I went to school. I'm a graduate there.
Still giving back there.
Still giving back.
Good for you.
And I coach soccer and baseball for Salisbury Youth Association. And I felt like youth sports in the Lehigh Valley are so important. We've had a number of great athletes, but more importantly, a number of great people come through the sports programs at all of whether it's Salisbury, Emmaus, Parkland, Allen, Bethlehem, wherever it is. So I feel like that's kind of the way that I can give back and give what I learned.
Do they make you get behind the mic at the school board meetings? Like, good evening, everyone.
They ask for the voice.
They do?
They do ask for the voice.
Why not? You have to, right? You have to. And who should come out tomorrow night, Ian? People, young and old?
Absolutely.
Whole families? It's really for everybody, right?
It's family friendly. It's not going to be something you're going to be embarrassed to take your kids to.
Right.
And it's safe for grandma. We love grandmas. We had a grandma in the front row the other night celebrating with the world champion.
Oh my
doing
gosh.
the swerve. We have a wrestler who he says he swerves when he drives, and he does this little hip shimmy, and she was doing it right there with him with the championship belt. So
amazing.
I want to see the folks that were at Ag Hall in 1984 come on out. I want to bridge that gap, and I want to see folks you know, it's going to be a fantastic night.
Great. And tickets still available, so folks can scoop them up. Good place to beat the heat.
Absolutely.
Come see you tomorrow night. All right, well, it was great talking to you. Thanks so much for taking the time. And we'll be right back after this. Head to the PPL Center tomorrow night.